Hey guys, my name is Old Man PHP. I create videos for the old guys wanting to learn a new skill and to compete with the young crowd. This is video number 64. I want to take an opportunity just to talk about some few things. It's going to be a short video. But what I wanted to talk about is remember all the things that we've been discussing from previous videos on the CRUD system or CRUD system, right? Where you enter first name, last name, email, and then you can kind of insert to a database. You can choose a file, or you can view the data, the DB database, create reports, create JSON, read the JSON, even though in a real live system production, depends on what the project is, you don't have to have all these things, but I wanted to put it all in one form, so that way when you do create your own stuff, you can take from there and say, oh, I don't want to show this, I don't want to show that, I want to do this, maybe add something else, but the idea will be there. You, by doing this project, you're going to learn a lot, right? You're going to learn a lot, and I'm hopefully that you've been kind of following and with your own editor. But by doing this, you're going to learn a lot. I'm going to tell you why. Because by this technique, by how I've been doing this, I have created many websites, and they all look different. Of course, some of them I say, oh, wait a minute, I see how he has divs here, divs there, boxes. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you. So here we created this, right? We've done that before. I even did a video on the adding more stuff to it, the HTML stuff and the CSS stuff. So we have this one, right? And then here's the one I was talking about. I took this one and converted it into this. Well, basically what I did was I just added a banner, I added menus, and I added a logo. Look how simple that is. I mean, right now you're just doing this. There's nothing here, but you can convert it to any kind of websites that you want. And the reason why I'm saying that's because if I go to contact, you will see the contact form. This is the same form. What I did was I added a thing called Bootstrap, and just to make things look pretty, that's all. And I added, of course, a separate div, which is a box, right? Because I always mention that everything is in a box, which is div, D-I-V, and this is the actual form. See? And what I did was I also added a select, because you might want to have a form where you could select, what city. Or you might have a form that wants checkboxes, or you might just want just the option box, the option buttons. See, it's the same thing. I just added these things too. See, you have your file, your uploads. Of course, you got your buttons. I separated them. Of course, put lines in to make it pretty, right? Reports and database functions, and you can go back, and this stuff is, remember that information, every time you add something you get some information. This is what this is. Then you have your footer. In the footer I added menu, and another menu for your social media, and of course you mention whatever it is that you want to do. Powered by Joe, powered by Sally, whatever company you're doing, you can just put it right down here. Okay, so basically that's what that is. So if I can show you, I added this part, right? It's the same thing, because all I did was this, but there's nothing written here, right? Look, with Bootstrap CSS, you can make everything look pretty. It's a presentation language, right? I added the awesome icon. I added some explanation in the back button just to go back to the menu. Then I did the About Us. All this was added just to this form. And if you got affiliates, you put them in there. You can put 6 in there. You can put 9 in there. It's all broken down in grids, right? Here it goes. Nice little grid here. You gotta have maybe a second one. Maybe you can make 4 of them. Maybe you just want 2. Easy stuff. I'm gonna provide this particular source code in the description below. I'm gonna give it to you as a PHP, but I also want to give it to you as a TXT, so that way you can kind of download it, copy it to an editor, and save it as a PHP. Remember we talked about the rotating images. Now right now this is a website that I kind of broke down in separate images about a woman that talks about finance. It's a financial advisor. She does everything. Let's see if it goes to that first page, the first part of the. It's rotating slow because I wanted you to kind of see resources, financial. Maybe I didn't write it that part, that first part of the. Oh yeah, I did. This is the last part of it. This is your contact form. More resources. This is the actual person. Okay, there it goes. See how it's the same idea as what I've done up here? It's just that I gave it a background, dark background. That one has a fix and a fixed menu, and plus I made it translucent so that we can see right through, see the actual image behind it. That's what that is. But what I'm trying to say is that you, by doing this stuff here, you will be able to create this type of website. This could be any type of websites. I'm going to prove it to you. I created oh yeah, I also mentioned that everything is boxes, right? You got a box here, which is a div, D-I-V. You got a box here for menu, and plus you got boxes within it. Boxes here, boxes here. Everything is a box. Everything is put in a box. It's like you put in a nice it keeps you organized. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So I took this, watch, I took this and added border 1, maybe it was 4 pixels solid in different colors. So you can see what I mean when everything is a box. Here it goes. See, everything is in a box. You got the big box, you got this box, you got this box for the logo, you got a box here, and then within that box you got more boxes. You got a box for the banner, you got a box for the title, for the icon, awesome icon, box for here, box for there, and as you can see, if I keep going, you see what I'm talking about. This is because I copied it. I didn't mention the actual name of the file, but I wanted to keep it out because I wanted to show you that when you do the images, you have to have something called the alternate description, and that's what this is. So if an image is missing, at least the reader will say an icon image of rescue time, and it'll do that for the person who's blind. But as you can see, everything is boxes. Everything is boxes. Simple as that. Look at the grid. This grid here has 4. You can make it 3. You can make it 6. I mean, you can do a lot of different grids. It's up to you. And this is the actual form. Now, if the form, of course, it was one big form, and I added these divs. It's a grid too, and it's all boxes. See, you can create any type of website using this particular source code, and it's free. I'm not charging, and I'll prove it to you what I'm talking about. This is a website that I took this idea and created. Let's go back up there. I see how this moved from left to right. That's also done with JavaScript. I also included JavaScript. Okay, that's why we're able to kind of go back up there, or I don't know, let's do this one. See how it does that scrolling, which I also have a video that I already shown in the past. Maybe I haven't. I have to check. You know, I think I did. There's a video out there. I have it in there. Just go to my channel. It's in there. Okay. So I created this website. The same idea. See, look. Same idea. And then I also put the button over here. Instead of putting the button over here like the other ones, I put it over here. So now what happens is, of course, I created another, you know, the sitemap, because every website should have a sitemap. I'll have a video just on the sitemap. This is great for the SEO. Anyway, so we're here. I put, but this is my number in case you want to reach me, in case you want help with your website. Okay? And please leave a message, because I don't pick up. Now, a banner. Then I had another box, and I put just titles. This is an H1, and everything else is H2s. Because every website should have at least one H1. Everyone can have H2s. You can have a lot of H2s, but I have also heard that you can have multiple H1s. You just have to use CSS to make it a little smaller, so that way it looks like an H2 or an H3. Anyway, I also added icons, which I created using Adobe Illustrator. And then, of course, these are all boxes. This is a box, that's a box within a box, that's in a box, that's in a box, which is divs. So I'm going to say divs from now on. Okay? Divs. All websites like to have some kind of matrix type of information. So I added what my pricing is. See, once you start learning and you're doing things, this is the kind of money you can ask for. And then, of course, everything in divs, right? You got your images, also created in Adobe. This breaks down of all my stuff. Remember the affiliates. This is what this is. Okay. You go like this, you hit one of these and it goes straight to, you can even put a blue line around it, just letting people know, hey, that's clickable. See? Each of these are pages. Takes you to a page. Look, if you go like this, it takes you to another page. See? Everything is in boxes. Everything is the same. And because you got PHP, all you have to do is create the footer and the header just once. So that way when you do change it, let's go back. So that when you do change it on the original, like if you wanted to add another one, another menu option, then you'll be able to see it on all of them. Instead of having it all separate in 5 or 6 different pages. With PHP and HTML, CSS, you can do all that because you can embed PHP into it. But you can also embed HTML into PHP, which I'm going to show you in a bit. So as you can see, all boxes. This is boxes too. One big picture, it's not picture, but it takes you to another place. And then you have this value proposition. Just make sure you explain what that is. And then when you want people to give you email address, which I will show you in a second, which is a form, it won't have, it's not going to have all this. It's going to probably have just email address and maybe a button that to submit it. And this is for, and also you have to hook it up so that the screen reader can read it. There's certain things you do within the HTML source code. I'm going to give you all that. And of course, all these are different pages. And of course, this is a page, which I'll show you in a second. Everything was created in divs. And this is what this idea, what I was trying to show you here. And then I also broke it down over here more so you can see what's going on. So this whole thing here, which I'm going to give you anyway, is what created this and these other ones. See? This particular contact form is also done in PHP, and it's only done once. And if I change something here or added a few lines, you'll see it in all pages. Pretty cool. Now, like I told you, I created, so if you click on this, it takes you to a page. But before we do that, I wanted to show you something. Let's go to right here. Let's go here. Takes you to another place, right? Same idea. This is the header and all that, but now it's different. But everything is in divs. Everything is in divs. And these are the actual websites I created. The actual websites I created. With using that technique. See? Once you have that and you can do the graphics and stuff, it'll be good. If not, then you just hire somebody to help you with the graphics. But the structure and everything is from this project. This is how it started. This is what I have added to give me all this stuff, all these websites. Even I did this one. This one is a which I did for to check out stocks. This is these are tickers, it moves, from right to left, my right to left, or yours. And these are different stocks, commodities. You can log in, but everything is boxes. Everything is boxes. There's a box here. There's a box there. There's a box here. Divs. You break it down in divs, 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 divs. Then you got these guys. Everything is divs. Everything was created using divs. Look at that. All creating different divs. Everything. Simple as that. That's showing you. Look, you can't even. I will show you how to do a cart system too. It's all in divs. Everything is div. That's the div. I did it like that. That's all I wanted. And then I created one where you have a cart system. So in other words, if I wanted to pick these two guys, which I did, as you can see, added, puts it into the cart, and the cart tells you what it is, how much it is, how many quantity you want, breaks down the total price, the taxes, tax total, and the whole thing, right? And then you get a number. You get it on an email, your email. But it also shows up once you say submit. It'll show up. Oh yeah, you can also mention, hey, please make sure that can you throw in some few napkins or blah, 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 whatever it is, right? You submit it, then you get a little box with the number, and then you take that number, you go to the restaurant and you say number 234, and then we look at the order 234. Yes, we got your order here. You give it to, they give it to you, and you just pay. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. But the point is that everything is in divs. Everything is in divs, and I've been showing you that. And of course, the form stuff. When you want to enter information to a database, everything is divs. Alright, so let's go on. Look, everything. Barbershop, everything's divs. You got your medical billing, you got more of this, you got Woody's Barbecue, an artist from Canada. These are templates for a restaurant. In case you're interested, I can give you a whole thing for a restaurant and for church. But it's all basically the same thing. Use that same technique that I'm giving you, which is this, all this, to create all these websites. See? I know it's difficult and it looks weird. It's like, oh my God, this is a lot of stuff, but yeah. But once you learn the basics and how to get things in there, and if you can do a couple of templates that you can use, so when you got customer, this is a landing page. The reason why it's a landing page, actually this is a landing page for an email HTML. It's the same idea. It's all divs and divs. This is like when you send to an email person, and they hit this button, and then it goes to the website. It explains a little bit of passionate food. We test all dishes, those kind of things. Because we also have a landing page that does, this looks like a landing page, but it's actually an email thing. This is when you get those emails that look like websites. That's what this is. And it's all the same technique. It's all the same technique. You got the cleaning people. This is a landing page too for web design. There used to be a company I used to have. See, everything is divs. You just have to have the graphics and stuff, but everything is divs. Everything lines up. Then you have this one, which is a food thing, which is I'm working on right now, which will go live soon, for Jackal's recipes. Then you have this. This is the woman I was talking about. Remember how I made it into a, rotating images? This is the actual website. Everything is divs. PHP, divs, HTML, and CSS. Everything is divs. In case you're interested, just go there, look at her website, read it from here, and say, wow, yeah. And then give her a call. She can help you with your finance. And of course, photography. Then you have this stuff that was invented for brackets to lift up home. These are pilings, and you got these brackets that connect these pilings to the under the house. See? Everything is div. In this situation, is a div here, two divs. One of them has the picture, the other one has the stuff with the button. And of course, this is it's in progress, coming soon. Blah blah blah. And of course, you had this one. This was one of those, Greek place. I don't know if they still there, but everything is boxes. Use the same technique. See, they had the whole thing with the card system and used it over here, but I made it different, right? I say, oh man, you can change it around, but it's all the same thing. I will be providing that also in another video. Then of course, this is another one, open source. So if you want to learn about WordPress and stuff, so it's a blog, but it's a website blog. That's what I call it. And of course, you got your bakeries and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope you understand that you can use all this stuff. So if I went here and I check this one out too. This is also a landing page for Sam Castle, people that build homes. There's no menu on them because he didn't want, because a landing page don't require a menu. You don't want people to leave. You want people to stay here, look and read and keep going down the line. And then of course they want to subscribe, they can put in this information. But it's all divs, broken down. Look at that, it explains what he does. If you want to learn more about building homes and stuff, this is what this was why this was developed. Which they requested. This is for motorcycles, for another motorcycle person. And then you have the other websites. Now I'm going to show you one, the live one to watch it. This is all divs. See, all divs. You got two menus this time. It's a div here with divs, with a bunch of divs. Same idea, you just stack them. And over here too, you got a div, right? You got a picture in the background. And then you have these overlays, which is also a div. Then you have divs within that div. And as you can see, they all have kind of like the look, more organized information, images. You want to schedule your event, just call this number. This is actually just doing this. You want to reserve your spot. Look, same idea. If you hit this, it takes you to a website. See, all this is the same thing. It's all one header, one footer. And if you have like 10 pages, it's still going to be one because it's going to point to that just once. If you needed to change something here, it's going to be shown in all of them. But as you can see, as you got the rotating images, right? Then you have your online reservation, all divs, and look, the form. Yes, we have this form, but we made this one a more pretty. But it's the same idea, you know. This time you have phone numbers, events, and times. And if you put like a bad word, I'm gonna use the word, this word right here. Boom. See how I took it away? That's another thing that I have that we also create using JavaScript. I think I have a video that I already created to show you how you do this. You do that in all of them. I mean, if you go over here, you got that word, takes it away. The reason why I put that word because it's the opposite of what, you know, what it means. Or PUSSY, which I don't want to mention, but it takes it away. Everything is taken away. This is the first line of defense in a form. And once you submit this, it goes to another PHP which does all the security checks, checks to see if things are empty, checks to trim things out, checks to see if there's no SQL injection, meaning that if somebody comes here and says, "Oh, I want to insert in the table name," and then you put here whatever the actual, you know, item 1, item 2, and then you say what's the value, and then over here you say the, you know, bad words, pornographic stuff, and all that, and then once you submit it, it goes like this, and if you don't have that security check, it probably end up doing that. It'll probably put this information in some form of some table that they kind of find out what you had. You know what I'm saying? Because they can kind of find things out when you do hacking. Or if you want to delete, like delete a table, like delete, what is it? Sorry. What is it? Right here, delete in a table, and the rest of the SQL statements. Well, you want to stop that. You don't want this to go anywhere. Okay? It has to be the actual SQL command. The actual SQL command. The word delete would not be taken out because somebody might want it. Somebody might want you to say, please delete that reservation or whatever it is. All right? So that's what that is. Anyway, we're going to go back to the menu. And we'll go right back to the original menu. And of course you have your counters, all divs, everything is divs. This is the value proposition. You know, if you want 10% discount, you have to give me your email address and your name. And then on your first, I think that's how they have it, on the first party, but it'll be 10% discount. And of course, people that liked it, right? Everything is divs. Everything is divs. And of course, you can break it down into more divs. You can even make this into menus. This is the rotation. Remember the other one I was telling you, the rotation? Look, rotation of the foods. The different, there's, I got the fish, you got the salads. Anyway, so the point is that if you hit this, it takes you to the salad situation. Same thing, divs. See? Then you can put more, you know, you can make your website look so pretty, so very, like people say, legit, you know. And then, of course, one of the other websites that's also the same thing is, look, it's all divs here. You got a div for this, you got a div for this, and you got divs within divs. Yes, this is the same idea as this, right? This is because I was trying to teach you, but this is for a company that actually builds homes, and I did it. Look, I by using CSS, you can make it pretty, right? You can make it more professional. The background, the same thing. It's a div, and you got divs within divs, and that's the phone number. And of course, you could put images or you could put videos, because they're about green, not that, you know, they're about building homes, but keeping things, you know, clean. So then, of course, they do the prefab homes, which they built those round circle, but it's the same thing, divs, divs, divs. It's all divs. See, look, everything is all divs. Different types of websites, all divs. See, all divs. You saw how that moved? We show you how to do that too. I can show you how to do that too. I can show you how to do that too. You know, different things that we can have. Well, we reached the end. I just want to share with you what, by you doing this project like this, you can turn it into this, and then this can become your template for all of these types of sites. Using that template, using this template. And of course, as you get better, you add more stuff to it, right? Like calendars and stuff like that. Anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to do. Let you know that with that project, learning PHP, you can do a beautiful website and charge the money. Charge a lot of money. Let's go back to the top part here. Charge this kind of prices. So if you do 1 or 2 pages, you can $500. You can even charge just $1,000. Just being generous. And then you got your, you know, 4, 6, 15. And of course, you wanted to add more stuff. You wanted to host, like you get yourself a nice hosting package where you can have like several number of websites, and then within each folder, you connect your domain name, their domain name, into the folder, and it'll be separate, you know, companies and businesses, and you can charge that. You can charge the $35 a month to maintain and host, not to do the work, to maintain, to keep it going. You know, as you learn, you're going to learn that you have to add SEO stuff and all kinds of things. And once you learn this stuff really well, then you move on to WordPress. That's just a platform using PHP. Same idea. And you can do a lot more stuff too. But everything is written in PHP. Well, folks, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Like I mentioned before, my voice is not the best. So if you feel like, ooh, I can't listen to you, I apologize. But you can learn stuff from me. And I'm giving it to you for free. People charge money just to show you what I'm doing. Really. They'll even give you some few things, and then you have to kind of pay money and to get the rest of it. But I'm giving it to you for free, straight up. No nonsense. Thank you very much. On our next video, good night.